Hello and welcome to Solo Cose Nove. Today we are continue our discovering of the pu'er tea, this very particular, very strong and strange 365 grams of cake. Costs me about 15 euros in China. I am quite afraid because I don't want to feel any stable like last time. This exact tea is from 2008. It's very old and I'm eager to taste it. So let's go to unwrap it. Let's see how it is inside. Oh, very dark and it's very similar to the last pu'er cake of 2018. The smell is not so bad at all, and let's translate with Google Translator this little message here because I don't know anything about this tea. There was no description on the web page. It's a sun-dried tea, green tea from Yunnan with a moderate fermentation in high temperature autoclave, strong flavors, soft smell, red soup. Well, I don't know, maybe red soup because the color of the liquor will be red, and very strong taste. And that's what's written on the letter. As usual, it's more robust on the sides because there it is very dry and maybe a little softer on the center. Let's take the whole and crumble the pu'er cake to take the tea we are using today. Okay, it's enough for today. Maybe I can make 2 infusions with it. Let's break all the leaves so we can extract all the flavors. This quality of tea is very dark. I can find inside it some whole leaves and branches. But I can say that this was a fantastic raw material. But imagine that this was a green tea and now it's so dark, strong and strange. Let's put it in the guy one. And then I can wrap again the cake with his envelope. Water temperature very high, almost 100 degrees, and let's wash it for the first time, and we can start to smell it. It seems to be quite lighter than the last 2018 pu'er tea. Let's start to sniff it. Well, the smell is very round than the 2018 I taste last time, which were too strong. Well, it's very soft, a soft smell and a good tea. I can sense this characteristic pu'er smell. And it's some that I start to identify, unmistakable odor that I start to identify, the same of last time. A little musky, quite sweet aromas. It's quite pleasant. The cellar smell were very light and is starting to vanish. Now I almost can't feel it. I can sense that fermented smell, but not so strong and quite pleasant. Let's start with the first infusion and keep it for 10-15 seconds maximum. And I think it's enough for this quality of tea because I don't want to extract too much flavors. And let's smell the first infusion. fantastic, very interesting. It remembers me of cheese, of that cellars of cheese, but the smell is not of cheese, but it's very round, which is very interesting. I can show you also the color comes out. As you can see, the description was right, because the color is red, like a red soup. And these are the infusion leaves. As you can see, they are very dark, black. Now I can really taste it. The liquor smell is very delicate, not aggressive or strong. Let's taste it. Matza! Wow! I must take another sip because very interesting. I can immediately feel that dryness from this liquor, this tea juice. The feel is very dry on the palate, very dry, and the stringency, but not so astringent like sencha tea, not so bitter like sencha, and this is not so bitter. Otherwise, I can feel a little of bitter on the back of my palate and on the front of it. Something like muddy, natural, fermented, but very round taste and enveloping taste. I feel it like an hug, Big Hero 5 hug, if you know the animation of Disney or Pixar. I don't remember who wrote that film. It's a really wow. It's a bomb. I must take another sip, because the second infusion usually is better than the first, and the sensation of the first infusion were beautiful. It's very pleasant, and time by time I'm looking at the clock, because I must count the seconds. 50 seconds, maybe I reach 20 seconds this time, because I want to extract many flavors, but 50 seconds could be enough too. Well, it's darker with 5 seconds more, but let's see how it is. Muddy smell. This pu'er is really intense. The smell is very strong, but when you taste it, it's not so strong. There's something vaguely spicy, very light, spicy. Well, in general, I can say that the smell is amazing. Maybe I'm adapting to the pu'er tea. I'm falling in love with this particularly kind of teas. Ooh. Now I can feel sweets, fresh, ripe fruits. No stables, hay, nothing annoying, but a very pleasant smell. I can't wait to drink it. Okay. Inspiring oxygen during drinking. I can detect more tastes, and I feel the muddy. And of course it's more intense than the first infusion. Maybe because I add 5 more seconds to the infusion and I extract more flavors. Let's start with the third infusion. Also here I keep it for almost 15 seconds. But as usual, these aren't strict rules, because everyone likes the tea in a way or another. So if you like more strong, use more seconds. Okay, still that muddy taste, but also something like woods, wet wood, aged wood. Some you can sense in the forest, in the woods. And sweet aromas, they still persist inside the liquor. I don't know if you can feel them. You have to train the sense of smell. The stronger smells are, of course, the puer smell, muddy and wood, something of fermented, and that's because this quality of tea is so healthy. Yes, of course, it's not sun-dried, but it's made in autoclave. What I can say that I like it. I try to leave a link down here in the description from AliExpress because I bought it from there. I don't earn anything from it, but I leave you because I love my community. Forgive me because it's not always available. And it's a seasonal product, so if you find them, you can try them. But I can say that I love it, really love it. Start with the last taste. Very light smell. Light, sweet, not aggressive, not intense. And the smell is not like classic tea, because the variety, the puer variety, is different, and it's something you have to try and to learn to love. And don't expect a green tea, because the raw material is green tea, but the outcome is this kind of color, and the taste are not of green tea, and it's very dry, and this kind of drink almost don't reminds you about tea, because it's very different. Yes, I can say that 10 or 15 seconds are the top, so you don't extract too much muddy or strange flavors, and the drink is not so strong, quite sweet. And now, after 3 or 4 cups of tea, I can start to feel that tea sensation on the tongue, that astringency from the caffeine and the catechins, and from every antioxidants the tea have, and maybe more in this quality of fermented tea. Good, very good. Of course, you have to make this kind of tea in this way, so in the Gong Fu style, with the tea ceremony. But something very good. But in the meantime, if you liked this video, please leave a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you won't miss any content like this. I'm thinking about to buy other varieties of tea, maybe some other puer tea, but we will see in the future. And I'll finish to drink my tea. Thank you for following me, and see you in the next exciting video. Ciao!